Yeah, Dylan, I know you've been asked before just about the bounce back season that you've been having here, but as we get to the break here, just how satisfying has this season been for you on a personal level?
Um, yeah, I talked a lot this year about ups and downs, and this season, I guess statistically has been an up, but um, I think the mentality for myself is just to stay the course and to really just focus game in, game out, what I can bring to the table for this team. And I feel as we've improved our roster, it's taken a lot of pressure off of myself to feel like I have to try and be everything, I guess, and do everything. And I think it's been mentally eased myself mentally. So yeah, I just have to keep going and keep playing, and we have team goals that are more important than individual goals, and we need a huge win tomorrow night to set up a huge push here before the end of the season.
You're a little more than a year into your captaincy here. Has it any surprises, or has it been what you expected, or what have been some of the biggest challenges you faced in that role?
You know what? There was definitely like everything in life. You learn on the fly. You learn as you go, and kind of a role that you still have to be yourself. You still have to play the game, and I think what you do on the ice and the kind of person you are in the locker room is far more important than any pep talk or anything you can do that is just for a show. So you have to really truly be yourself and be there for the guys, and that's what I've tried to be.
And with a younger team this year, is there more, I guess, are you more active in that role as far as the leadership and guidance with these younger guys?
You know what? They're great. We have a great group of guys in our locker room, and I think it's really brought a joy back for myself, and I know probably a lot of guys having younger players around, because I can relate to them. I'm not far removed from that period of my life, and I still like to think that I'm with them and as a young person playing in the NHL. So I can definitely relate to them, and I feel there's been times I've been able to help them, and but they've definitely helped myself and a lot of older players on our team.
Thanks, Tom.
Max Bowman.
Dylan, I wanted to ask you, people have talked about obviously Lukas's success early this year, what he's been able to do at such a young age, but what are the elements of his game, the things that you see him do on the ice that stand out as kind of, wow, that's really beyond his years?
I just think his skill is his ability to read the game. He's got that ability to control the pace of the game, and it's hard to do. It takes a lot of hockey sense and a lot of creativity, and he's got all the tools to do it. So his skill has stuck out from day one for me, and he just makes plays. He makes the right play, and just how he controls the game, and we've seen it at times, and it's only going to get better. You see young players that they just continue to get better, and I really think that's what's going to happen with him.
And then for you, obviously All-Star Weekend coming up, a lot of extremely fast players on the docket this year. Number one, are you for sure competing in the fastest skater? And two, how much are you looking forward to it, if so?
Yeah, I am competing in the fastest skater, and I just thinking about it right now. I haven't put much thought into it, but be a little nervous. I want to blow a tire or something, and I guess you can't think like that, but there's a lot of really fast players, and just hopefully put a smooth run together, and whatever happens. I
mean, it's obviously just like it's a event, it's a skills competition and stuff, but the chance to kind of measure yourself, you're going to go head to head with guys like McDavid. What does that mean to you to be able to do?
Yeah, the whole All-Star Weekend is a great honor, a great thing to be a part of, and just being around those guys and celebrating our game and our league. It's it's a really special time, and it should be a lot of fun.
Thanks.
Kevin Allen?
Yeah, Dylan, when a rebuilding team is trying to come together, it seems like the last piece is the consistency of the performance level. And if you look at your last 3 games, all against playoff teams, you've had probably 8 good periods, one you'd like to forget. But there seemed to sort of be, some replication of things that you guys would hope to continue to do. Do you sense at all that you're getting close and being able to sort of do it on a game by game basis?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're far closer than we were, a year ago from now. And, as the season's gone on, we've learned a lot. We've played good hockey. We've had times where we haven't played good hockey and we've bounced back, and you're going to go through that in a long season. But right now with the schedule we have coming up, it's important that we stay focused and stay focused on our game. I feel the last 3 games here, we've really focused on ourselves and how we can influence the game. And I think that's going to be huge tomorrow against a good defensive team like LA. And we're going to have to control the puck and be smart with it. But also, we have to make plays. And when we have opportunities to make plays, we got to make them. And I think you've seen that the past 3 games.
Thanks, Dylan.
Ted Colton?
Hey, Dylan, I guess this is a variation of Kevin's question, but are you pretty satisfied with where you guys are at this point? I mean, let's face it, I don't know if that many people thought you guys might be 500 at the halfway point. I guess to a certain extent, you got to be pretty satisfied.
I mean, yes, we're in it, and it's closer than we've been in the past, but there's also a point where there's been some stretches, there's been some games, there's been some periods where we've let some points go, and we're in a position right now where we can't afford that, and we have to really focus and start playing playoff hockey. And if we get there the way we play right now, that's only going to help if we make it. And we're going to have to have everyone ready, and we're getting some guys back, which is a huge bonus. So we have to start that playoff mentality right now.
Hey, Dylan, do you ever think about the last few seasons, or is it kind of like that stuff's in the rear view mirror? I don't even want, maybe like a motivator or something, or let's face it, there's some tough seasons there were.
Yeah, I think about it. It's there, it's happened, and you try and look at positives, but it was a hard time, and I just, there's kind of a fear that you don't want to be in that position again. And that's really drove me in summers and motivated me, and hopefully for the best.
You're only half kidding, man. When are you going to Vegas? You might get snowed under here with Snow Armageddon coming up.
Yeah, I obviously we have to play the game tomorrow, so be here for that.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dylan.
Last question, Helene St. James.
Dylan, what's the key to continuing the momentum of these past few games? You talked the other night about wanting to go into the break on a good note for you guys.
Well, I think we've had a great intensity and focus, and like Kevin said, for 8 periods, and we need to maintain that. And I've experienced difficult games going into a break where your mind starts to think about what's next. But this is a huge game, and a team that if we don't come ready, they're gonna embarrass us like they did in LA in the first period. So we have to be ready to go. We have to have a great home game, because we can't, like I said earlier, we can't afford to give points away right now.
And I guess, you're always talking sports about having a short memory, but at the same time, Jeff was saying the other day, you don't want these lessons to be for naught. I mean, is there a recognition that the last 10 minutes of the Toronto game, or the first period in LA, that you guys have to, the only way to get anything out of that is to learn from it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess the way you learn from that is to try not to let it happen again. And in a long season, you're going to have stretches where, or periods or shifts that don't go your way, but it's all how you respond. And I think our response last night after the Toronto game was really good, and we played a great defensive game and made some key adjustments that helped us be more efficient in our own zone. So we're going to need to continue to do that.
Lastly, just regarding the captaincy, you have a lot of good examples within reach, including your GM. I mean, Sederberg's phone call away, Lidstrom. Was there anybody you've leaned on, like kind of to figure things out, or even within the locker room, kind of what's the evolution been like there?
I mean, there's some of that I'd like to keep private, but we do have a great group of guys in that locker room, and we have a great leadership group, and Mark Stahl, Sam Gagne, Danny DeKaiser. I've really seen Tyler Bertuzzi, Robbie Fabry grow into leaders on his team, and you don't lead just one person. It takes everyone to be a leader, and I really feel like we have that in our locker room.
Thanks, Dylan.
Thank you.
All right, those are all the questions we had for Dylan.